Thank you for listening to the Something Random podcast, where sometimes we talk about movies, sometimes we talk about television, but we always talk about something random. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, we have returned. I am your host, Charles Joseph Kelly.
And I am your co-host, Michael C. Macbeth.
Are you not going to say your middle name?
No.
Are you just so worried?
I'm not worried.
I said my middle name. Say
Yeah, I didn't know your middle name was Joseph.
it is.
Well, whatever.
Gotta
My
keep
middle
some
name
history.
is, I always use it. I am Joel Adam Chavez, so you don't have to ask me to use it.
I was just expecting you to go, my middle name is Adam.
No. Joel Adam Chavez, that's my name. That's the name I go by, and that's who I am.
It's funny because I was going to ask you for once to not use your middle name. Well, my name is Scotty Schaefer. My middle name is The Talent. Scotty The Talent Schaefer.
All right, so if you guys haven't listened to this podcast before, we talk about everything. So anyways, guys, this is the first time that we've done this. We've got some new hosts. What have you guys been watching this week? Anything exciting?
I never watch anything exciting. No,
You've been watching Stranger Things. You watched that on a day.
I finally watched Stranger
Finally.
Things
Great.
all in one day.
Oh, really?
Good for
Yeah,
you.
I was doing laundry and just shilling and shilling. Did I say shilling?
Yes, you've been chilling.
Okay, I was shilling, and yeah, I got absorbed in the story and just didn't stop it until I had to leave.
You were doing laundry while watching Stranger Things?
Well, I was folding laundry, yeah.
Oh, okay. So it was like
For
it was like
8 hours
That's a lot
of
of
folding
laundry,
laundry.
man.
No,
That is
I
a
was-
shit ton of
I
laundry.
was
You
doing
should
other
donate
thing.
your
I would-
clothes.
Yes.
So I have one question to ask about that experience. I don't mean to interrupt.
No.
But I think that the first 10 minutes, the first 5 minutes, nay, even the first 2 minutes of Stranger Things really sets the tone of the fear factor. You want to watch it in the dark, but you don't want to watch it in the dark. What time of day did you start that? Because when I think laundry, I think like the sun's up at maybe 10 o'clock. You're like, I got to do something
10,
today.
10:30.
And that's like, if I may, a pretty wimpy time to start a scary episode of something.
That's when I watch horror films, is like during the day, bright lights, because
Yeah, and
All
I
right.
and I mean, it's Stranger Things was more along the lines of thriller, sort of sci-fi, fantasy, but not horror in the sense that I think of horror. So I could have watched it at night and been okay.
I also didn't think of it as scary. It was
Yeah.
more of a science fiction thriller.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought.
I agree, but I would say the first 2 minutes definitely opens up like horror. I mean, like the guy he's running and you don't realize, I'm going to spoil stuff, but I mean, like you end up realizing that he's walking in the beep upside down. And because there's that stuff in the air. When you watch it the second time through, you're like, oh, I don't know why
Which
I
I
didn't catch
haven't done
this.
yet. I want to watch it.
Oh yeah,
the
because the
stuff in
very
the air.
first one, you're like, oh, this is weird, and it's dark. The lights are going on and off. It's the same basement it's the same basement they walk around in there.
Oh,
and
so
then so he's in the world with, the Demigorgon or Demigoron or the
Demimorgon.
Demi Gandalf. What is it? It's the Demi. What's the name of the bad guy?
Demi
in-
Moore.
Thank you.
Demi Morgan.
Demi. It's
Morgan Freeman.
It's the Morgan Freeman.
Joe.
Oh no.
And
Let's not.
yeah, but
Keep
then
this
like he
bit
gets like
going.
pulled straight up in the elevator thing. I remember I watched that part. I tried to trick my family into watching it for Thanksgiving or something, because we're all in the same room and you can't just be in the same room with your family and not have the TV going and also not be arguing about something. That just happens. That's America. So I tried to put that on, and my dad jumped after like a minute and a half, and he's like, "We're not going to watch this anymore."
Well, that's interesting that things. I didn't think about that, because that would mean that certain electronics and things do actually function in the upside down.
Well, yeah, the light
Yeah.
was flickering at the time. And it had to be, though, because that was below ground. So it'd be very boring to watch with the lights off.
Yeah. Well, and the
So you're a
fact that
bunch
the
of-
elevator actually started working.
I think it might have not worked though,
The
because he was
door,
stuck
the
on
door
that.
was
the
closing.
door did.
Yep. Absolutely was. So,
It's been
anyways,
so long since I've watched it, I don't quite remember. But I will tell you that if I want to enjoy a horror film, I can't watch it during the daytime. It's got to be at night, and it's got to be with the lights off. And it most often has to be by myself. If I'm watching it with other people, there's definitely a chance that's going to be
effect is
ruined by someone that has to go to the bathroom or ask what's going on or something like that.
Yes.
No offense to people that I watch horror films with.
Yes,
which
no,
one
that's
is
fair.
Saw?
Which one is Saw? Oh, yeah.
Hey, it's an inside joke that people who are listening to this podcast don't know we're going on.
Are you telling me that somebody watched the movie Saw and was like, which one of is named Saw? You're like, no.
It's actually his last name. It's Jeff Saw.
Hi, I'm Jeff Saw. Please call me Jeff. And here's a complimentary Saw. You'll need it.
All right. Anybody else? Anybody else watching?
I was not watching. I didn't watch anything new on television, but I did watch Dunkirk, which was really, really good. I would go and see it again. I want to see it tomorrow. It's
Really?
So great.
Well, I'm going to be in Colorado Springs, so I can't go.
It's so great.
You weren't invited, so
everything from the music to the cinematography to everything's great about it. It's such an engaging and interesting story, and it's not done with a lot of words. It's mostly what you're seeing and everything, which is it's great. I would watch it again tomorrow.
We talked about this a little bit before we started the podcast, but I find it really interesting that originally when he pitched the idea for the movie, he was like, I don't want to do this with a script.
No script. Yeah.
I don't want a
really?
script.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's like, when he pitched it, and then they're like, no, sorry. That's why the script for the 2.5 hour movie, long movie, right, is like 70 pages long. It's super short for that long of a film.
Yeah, there's very
it's
little
so
dialogue.
cinematic.
There's very little dialogue, which is interesting because it makes the story that much more it's that much more interesting. Kind of like Castaway didn't have a lot of talking, and I don't know, but it was great.
That's still fascinating. I love it because especially in this era, sometimes I just have these rules about I'm not going to go pay to go see a movie when I can wait way less than a year these days, and it'll come out on Redbox or just
Netflix,
on cable, Netflix, whatever. I mean, there's a lot of these movies. I feel like it's silly to pay. Geez, what, $13 sometimes just to go see a movie? So if a movie is so good that you feel you want to, you can't wait for it to come out again. You're just going to go see it in theaters twice. That speaks a lot, I think, to the new bar raised.
But because I don't go to the movies very often either. But I will tell you, this one was so. The cinematography was so great because it felt like you were there for one thing, because the disorienting camera angles and like if a boat were to sink, it would stay with the ship rather than the water.
Geez.
That kind of thing. And you felt like you were there, and it was awesome.
That is cool. I like that.
I didn't watch any other TV though. I just watched that movie.
Scotty?
TV that I watched this week, I was really busy. So usually my go-to when I'm busy is I just try and I can't eat any food unless the TV's on. I don't know if I was just raised that way or what. I'm just lazy. But it's like I have to feed my mouth, feed my brain. And how do I feed my brain? Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Always. You have to do that.
It's either
it's
that.
my namesake.
It's either that or it's either Arrested Development. You just got to put something on where I know I'm going to laugh so hard that even after I've seen it time and time again, I'm in risk of choking myself on food I'm gorging. And it's just so good. I mean, if there's other shows, I think that's the idea. If there's shows where I'm afraid I'm going to want to watch what's happening, then I can't look at my food and I'm just going to take longer to eat food. So, for example, like I really like The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, but I haven't even watched the third season yet because I want to look down at my food. I'm afraid I'm going to miss something funny that Titus does or something.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Oh, he is. It's the Titus show in season 3. It's
I
only
love
Titus jokes. It's so good.
I love the fact that I have some kind of this is like it's one of those like I don't know if it's 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon or 6 degrees of Titus, but like I am Facebook friends with somebody who let me become Facebook friends with Titus, and maybe I'm just a fan of his page or something. But like I'm like one person away from like if I were at a party, I could probably get introduced. Now I have to get to that party in New York, but that makes me sleep at night. Really, it makes me feel good. I get warm and snuggly here in cold Colorado, where it's 170 degrees in my apartment with bad AC.
I'm on board with you though. I love reruns too, and I'm the same way. If it's something that I want to pay attention to, I can't be doing anything else. I've got to sit and watch it.
Such as laundry.
No. Folding laundry is a mindless activity.
Mindless activity, you got to look at, or else you're going to have all your shirts have crazy lines in them.
Takes major concentration.
Okay, have you seen my clothes? They're not that like.
He is quite disheveled.
So, and I mean, like, let's think about it this way. It's a mindless
You
activity,
disheveled devil.
and he did it for 8 hours. He doesn't have very many clothes. He's just folding like one shirt per
half a shirt
episode.
Yeah, there you go.
Shirt per
And
episode.
once I hit the
Just start
credits,
over
I'm like,
again.
oh crap, I didn't do that right.
And then he redoes it during the
I
credits.
folded one sock. Darn it, and I screwed it up.
You just like
What'd you
folded
do?
it in on itself, and you're like, oh, it's just one.
I rolled it up really tight. I can't even tell what color it is anymore.
Yes,
It's just
that's
strings.
what happened. No, but not like Charles over here, who he does everything while
He's just wonderful, isn't he? He does everything.
Watching shows.
I have television. Okay, are you making fun of me for my television habits?
I'm not making fun of you. I'm just
Share
Tell us
these
what they are
habits.
so we can make fun of you too.
So
Thank you.
I tend to leave Netflix on, something on that I can keep an eye on while I'm doing other projects.
Is Netflix still working? Is things running? Do I have to call and complain?
I have
Yes,
to click
it's
that
working.
button probably like 3 times a day because it's like, are you sure you're still watching television?
I
And I'm
see
like,
what you
yes,
mean.
Netflix,
you loser.
stop judging me. But yeah, I mean, when I'm playing video games, when I'm playing Nintendo Switch, I'll be also having something on the TV.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But I
And
mean, like-
I have pointed out details about shows and movies to him that he had no idea happened.
Exactly. That's the risk.
But that's with shows
guys,
that
guys.
I see inconsequential. When it's a television show that I really enjoy, like Twin Peaks or Game of Thrones, I really do pay attention to those shows, and I make a habit of like, all right, I'm not playing on my phone when I'm watching this show. But if it's like shows like Kimmy Schmidt or like these other shows that it's like, all right, it's comedy, I've know what's going to happen. I
Do
don't-
you? You know all the comedy. You're the comedy expert. Nothing
Comedy
surprises you.
genius.
Oh my god, he really is a genius. Well, I can see that. I mean, there's something to be said for wanting something in the background, wanting to make sure, especially in this day and age, like something has to keep happening, especially if you're trying to work from home or other things like that where you need to have those distractions. I've tried working from home sometimes, and you miss an office setting or somewhere where there's other people. So you almost want some of that commotion to kind of get things going.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if somehow I just grew up with this idea of like, someone worked really hard to make this TV show or to make this movie, and it would be unfair to them to go like be cooking something on the stove while this is happening. I remember vividly as a child, my whole family would sit down in front of the couch. I would lay on the ground with a pillow or with my head up like I'm getting my picture taken at Sears, propped with my elbows and my fists under my chin. Maybe you
For
can
those
picture
of you
this.
listening,
I'm doing it.
He's doing it.
And just looking up wide-eyed at the screen as I'm watching An American Tale 2, Fievel Goes West, and then a funny thing happens, and I look around to my family to laugh at it, and everyone has just walked off to do something else, and I'm the only one watching the movie. And my first thought was, how rude to these movie makers who spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars at what I thought at the time to make this movie,
Dozens
and
of
we can't
hours.
even sit down for 90 minutes to just enjoy it.
Scotty, how did we have the same childhood?
Well, remember we were cloned.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You remember the pod?
It's okay though.
Scotty.
That's only if you throw the pod. We grew
Hey
up in. If you
guys,
do-
I've got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
This comes from Tyler on Facebook. Thank you, Tyler.
Thank you, Tyler.
He asks, what's your favorite DCOM?
First, quick question. If I were to use the word decom in a sentence, how would I do so?
So,
Somebody asked me
So-
what DCOM means.
so first off, I had to Google what a DCOM was, and I know what he's
Did
actually.
you image search? I knew you image search.
So
didn't
I
you?
know exactly what he's asking here, but I'm gonna like subvert the question. I went to the Wikipedia page for DCOM.
Wait, first let me guess. It's a dragon comedy.
Oh my god, how did you know?
Or maybe it's a I can't think of anything else.
No, that's not right.
All right, so
kind of-
so I went to the Wikipedia page for DCOM, which shows like the list of every single thing that's titled DCOM.
Wikipedia,
We
the
are going
experts.
to choose which one is the best.
Okay, this is even better.
Oh, yeah.
Pick one that said it's under the disambiguation.
So, okay, this is the disambiguation of DCOM. DCOM may stand for Doctor of Commerce.
I'm already ready. I got my
Distributed Component Object Model.
Ooh,
DC
that's a
1
good
million, which is a comic book set in the DC universe.
DC 1
DeBusk
million.
College of Osteopathic Medicine, so you get your osteopathy, or becoming an osteopath, which is like a fancy
Somebody who kills
chiropractor.
ostos.
it is it's a lot more than that, but yeah. Sorry.
Digital Commerce Association.
Commerce Association.
The next one is the obvious one that it was. Disney Channel original movie.
Get out of town.
Or decommissioned. So I will show you guys this list. Do you guys need me to read that again, or did one of those sound good?
I already have my answer.
All right.
So you're telling me that there are people around who talk about Disney Channel original movies so often
Yeah, oh,
that they're
yeah.
like, there's got to be an easier way to say this. How many syllables are we wasting our life
Yes,
on?
exactly.
I watched.
They're out
this,
there, my man.
I
I'm
watched,
gonna answer the question as if it was dragon comedy.
I watched watched the Lizzie McGuire DCOM the other night, and
Oh, she's so hot.
Were you crying? Were you
shorthand.
were you weeping
We need
bitterly?
A shorthand for
Okay.
this. That's how fundamental it is.
now Joel just said something that really kind of fucked with me. He said, I said
language.
I watched the Lizzie McGuire movie. Now the Lizzie McGuire movie was not, I don't think, when she was of age.
I meant
are
now.
you okay? You're saying Lizzie McGuire now is attractive.
It's Hillary
Okay.
Duff, right? Is that who Lizzie McGuire is?
yeah.
It's Hillary Duff. She's so hot.
Yeah, she's attractive. She's an
What's the
attractive.
show she's on now?
she's
Younger,
attractive.
younger. She's
What?
on Younger now.
She's younger now.
She's on
yeah,
the show Younger.
Okay.
Oh,
I thought you were like some Benjamin
I was like,
Button,
what's
but
her
she's-
secret?
The show
Podcast
that she's
took a
on
turn.
now is called Younger with Sutton Foster.
So do
she's
you guys-
really good?
Oh, Sutton Foster's a TV show. That's great.
and
to hear.
she's hot. Yeah, that's a show.
Do you guys need to see this list one more time to make your decisions?
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, the decisions. Oh, the list of what DCOM means.
DCOM means. Do you want to look at this really quick?
Can I
before
go
we
first? Because I have my answer.
I think we should all do it all at the same time.
Oh, okay.
I think it's going to hurt the sound of our ears.
All right, yeah, I got it.
Okay, you got it? All right, on the count of three, we're going to say our favorite one.
Wait, we have to say. Oh shoot, I don't know what mine is. Okay, I still don't know. My favorite
Okay,
one.
no, okay, let's go round table. Joel, what is your favorite?
Doctor of Commerce. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me?
Okay, what? Okay.
How could that not be your answer?
Okay, now
No,
what
but which one is your
a Doctor
favorite?
of Commerce? Don't look at it
I'm
on.
not looking at
The
anything.
man touched his phone.
So what? Okay, let's decide, because I think the Doctor of Commerce is a great one as
wait,
well.
wait.
Oh, wait, I
No.
I didn't understand the question.
Okay.
No, I'm odd man out.
What's
Go
your
ahead.
favorite DCOM? It's an easy question.
Yeah,
Doctor
what's your favorite
Commerce.
of this list?
Oh,
Not of like
I was
your
like
favorite
I was
DCOM.
racking my brain for like some 80s Disney Channel movies.
No!
And I'm like, there's got to be one
No.
with like Kirk Cameron or like a very young Kevin
No.
Bacon or something. you know.
Unfortunately,
It's from that list is your favorite.
Yeah.
Which Kevin?
Doctor of Commerce. is
Doctor
my
of
fa-
Commerce
That's
is my
easily
favorite.
my
I do
favorite.
want to see the list again.
That's
then.
easily my favorite. Why? Because there's doctors. Who doesn't love doctors?
See, that's why I was going to go
nurses.
with Doctor of Osteopathic.
Well, but
you're going to school for osteopathy?
That's actually a
I'm not.
college. It's not a doctor. It's a college.
Yeah, it's the college to get doctors.
Yes.
Right.
Which is also a good choice.
So that's Michael's choice. That's a good choice.
I knew you were going to say that too because you're the
Massage
body
therapist.
dude.
Yeah.
All right, Scotty.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Disney Channel original movie.
You
That's your favorite
motherfucker.
decon.
Well, because I like the idea that people are sitting around. It's kind of like bronies. People are sitting around so much about something so very specific, and for them to be like, "There's got to be a better way." So let's just refer to these as DCOM.
I was thinking the
forgot-
same thing, but about Doctors of Commerce.
I forgot for a moment that bronies were a thing.
Well, how dare you, sir? How dare you forget?
Yours is Doctors of Commerce as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Well, here's the thing. Doctors of Commerce, I can see having some kind of meetings, like annual meetings where they have to get together and rent out some kind of ballroom at a Holiday Inn in Pittsburgh. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the DCOM Summit 101. And then a bunch of guys wearing like Disney hats and Hillary Duff earrings. And they're like, oh, we're at the wrong one.
Dang it!
God dang it, you took the wrong turn at Albuquerque.
See, they should take that to the next level and have Disney Channel original movie
On the second floor. Wait, what did you mean?
conventions
Yeah, so you have your DCOM con. Yes, I love that idea.
DCOM con.
DCOM Con. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Welcome to DCOM Con. I am your leader.
I've got a question for you. Somebody sent it in. I don't have the name. I believe it was anonymous actually. But,
cool.
it wasn't actually a question.
Thanks, Anonymous.
It was.
Thank you,
it
Anon.
was- They wanted to give us. They wanted us to discuss if we were to take a great movie and give it the worst title possible. For example, I'll just give you an example, and I'll see if you can guess it. Guy punches meat, or the guy who punches meat.
Wait, okay, so first off, is it his own or is it like a
stop
rack
it.
of?
I'm not telling you.
If it's a rack of, it's a Rocky.
It's got to be Rocky.
It's
right?
gotta
Well,
be-
if
okay,
it's,
that's
if
your
it's his
example.
own, then it's like the Pee Wee Herman behind the scenes story.
Ooh.
That's not a movie. So
Well, not yet.
Okay, now what? Okay, now we have to. I'm going to take a little bit. We're going to
yeah.
move away from the conversation.
Yeah.
What movie actually features a man masturbating, like as one of like the main things that happen in the film?
As a central
The frame by frame reshot
remake of Psycho.
Psycho. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Which
I'm sorry that I
bothered
had
me
such a quick
because
answer.
It's not in the original, and they added it, and it didn't go over
I
well.
agree. It's so strange for a movie to be made shot by shot, and the one thing
And the
that
one
I'm
thing they
mad
throw
out,
in is
instead
the
of
guy
that they ripped
masturbating.
it off completely, is that they added a sound effect. Can you believe we have that gall?
Squish, squish, squish.
Oh, there was also like a belt buckle.
We didn't need that. But anyway, moving on with the masturbation movie.
Okay,
In case you're just joining us, it's masturbation movie time here on the Drive Time. Beep beep.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I've got one.
Go ahead. I'd love to hear it.
Old man steals kid to fight terrorists.
Old man still.
Oh my God.
Oh, I know what we're.
I got it.
Okay.
Up. No.
No.
I mean, that's actually not
I guess
too
he doesn't
far
steal.
off.
Well, no. He said terrorists, and you
Terrorists.
can't blame dogs for the actions of their owner.
And
Drops
technically,
microphone.
he was a terrorist, but for animals, so he was like,
And
he
the,
was a
he didn't
poacher.
kidnap the kid.
Yeah.
He
He
came with
didn't.
him.
Okay, so I said steal. It's not.
Old man.
He didn't steal this kid, but I'm just gonna say that anyways.
Steal
Old man
implies
steals
property,
kids to
and
fight
humans have
terrorists?
rights, sir.
I mean, you guys can keep guessing. If you want.
Okay, man.
Do you have a guess?
Steals man, kidnaps kid.
He does not kidnap. There's no kidnapping.
I guess rephrase your sentence because I'm getting myself confused.
Okay, so old man
Old man
hires kid.
hires, so he's paid a fee.
He is paid a fee. I think befriends. Let's say befriends.
Okay,
instead,
creepy.
Old man
but I-
befriends kid to fight terrorism.
to fight terrorism,
Fight terrorism.
but terrorists specifically.
Yeah, see, my guess is going to be Logan. And
No,
now I'm feeling like that's
no,
off.
No, what? No, I would totally. Now I want to do Logan just to prove you so wrong because you're like, oh, that's a better way to do it. But
Well,
I have to
yeah,
think
I
about
don't
this
know,
one.
man.
That was the
It's
first
not
thing that
up,
came
huh?
to mind.
Old man. I have a question. May we ask what decade it came out?
80s.
80s. Oh,
Okay. That
now you said
changes a lot.
kid to fight terrorists.
The Karate Kid.
Yes, but no.
All I
Man-
could think of was an
man-
old man and a kid in the 80s.
Man tricks teen into painting
And
his
that's how I
fence.
got locked into Logan too.
I will also mention that I'm missing a majority of the plot.
I'm
of this
sure you
film.
are.
Because if I say the other like big plot point,
Oh no. Okay, that would be a different one.
I don't have another.
Oh sure.
guess.
You know what? To be more entertaining, I'm going to say my guesses. It's not, whatever that robot or the
There's no
computer
robot.
games. It's not computer games.
no, it's not
It's
war
not.
games.
E.T.
It's not Matthew. It does not.
It doesn't have a
feature-
young Matthew McConaughey.
No, it's not Matthew McConaughey. It's Matthew Broderick.
Well, whatever. Thank you. Thanks for embarrassing me in live internet.
It's not live.
I have no idea. Does anybody else have a guess?
Okay, one more guess. Anybody else?
Shoot, no, I don't know.
All right, it is Back to the Future.
Oh, duh.
Oh, come on!
Come
To
on.
fight
The
he wasn't
terrorists
fighting
was
the
such a minor
terrorists.
part
That's
of
great.
that. And the
What?
terrorists-
None of us knew it. We all know the movie so well, and none of us got it.
But
That's-
it's right.
Yeah, you can either say that it's great or that it's a horrible trick. I don't think that he ever
didn't-
fought the
he-
terrorists.
It's a shitty movie
they
title.
came,
Come
they
on.
came after
that's
him.
the idea.
Yeah.
No,
because
but
he
the,
stole
much better-
the
plutonium.
goal wasn't to fight terrorists. The goal was to still do science.
Yeah,
They fought
to
terrorists
do
as well.
science.
Here's the true fact. I don't know if you remember the end of it. Those guys didn't die crashing into the freaking photo booth.
No, they just got
Everyone's
out.
lives are still very much at risk.
Oh my gosh.
They sure as heck wasn't an explosion.
shot-
They,
they
still
shot
have a
one
loaded
of those-
rocket launcher. Go Back to the Future Part 4 should end with like that. They all just die right there.
I think we may need to use that as our movie pitch for the day.
That's a good idea.
But we're gonna move on from this.
Okay.
I still think that's a better one than Guy Punches Meat. But
Yeah. The Guy Punches Meat would get more Netflix views if I can just point that out there.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys have any other funny movie titles?
No, I was thinking about all those other ones. I don't know. Michael, you got anything?
I got
Shoot, I was hoping you did.
All right.
off the rails.
All right. I have the next thing that we're going to be doing. This is a new thing for the Something Random podcast.
Oh, new for the first episode. That's great.
This is not the first episode. This is like episode 19, bruh.
Yeah, but this is the rebirth.
this is
Rebirth
with
something
Joel
episode-
on your morning drive
This is like-
time.
Beep beep.
This is something random. The next generation.
Something random. The next generation. Something random. Phase 2.
Charles doesn't know it yet, but we're changing the name of the show to Morning Show Drive Time.
Jesus Christ, no.
No, we can't put
never going
Jesus'
to
name in
stop.
the title. That's silly.
We're gonna cut
His
the title.
lawyers alone will just cream us.
All right, so we're gonna be playing 6 Degrees of Separation.
Oh, I love this.
Oh, I
This is
do love
great.
this one. Is there a theme? Is
There-
it movies, books?
So this is
Video games.
It's going to be movies for
Oh, good,
this
okay.
round. We can probably video games. It's like how would you
Post-it
manage
notes
it?
left on my mother's desk. when
That
I was a
one's
child.
good. I like that one. But this one actually comes from Maya on
Oh, Maya.
Facebook.
Thank you, Maya.
Maya.
Well, I'll withdraw my thank you until I hear the question.
You guys are not going to be happy with this one. This one's going to be you have to link between 6 steps Peter Sellers and Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
Thanks
cow.
a lot, Maya.
So
know.
first off, do you guys know who Peter Sellers is?
Stop it.
I do believe he's
Pink Panther
the
guy,
gentleman
Pink Panther
from
guy,
the
right?
Pink Panther movies.
What's a nice way of saying no?
Well, he's much older than you are, Michael. You're like
I don't know
fresh
anything
faced.
about him other than that he was in Pink Panther movies.
Oh, he was also in Doctor Strangelove and the second title, like in a Rocky Balboa movie.
Atomic
okay.
Bomb. How I Learned to Love the Atomic Bomb, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, he was good in that. He played 2 parts.
We're gonna have to use some of those because I don't know. anything.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so-
No, wait. I have a question about 6 degrees of separation because I always get wrong about this. If you say that there's one person, because sometimes people play this game differently. If you say Peter Sellers is in a movie already with somebody in there, does that count as a degree, or do you have to go beyond that movie?
That's degree number 1.
That's counts as number
Each
one.
step.
Degree
It's
number
just like
one.
a step in music, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's what I mean. Like, technically, it's one step because it's one connector.
Yes.
Yes,
But there's 2
each
people.
each connection is a step.
We're gonna
connection is a
set
step.
up some other rules here.
Okay.
Other rules: you have to know the movie and you have to know the actor that they connect.
You can't
be
go,
like,
that
oh,
guy.
this one guy.
That dude with the
Oh.
mustache.
You
Come on,
cannot.
Tom Selleck?
oh shoot!
But
Okay,
here's-
I was thinking
no, that's
Tom
fair.
Selleck.
That's fair. But I mean, it makes it
You
harder. and
guys,
that's the
okay,
whole
so
point.
because this one is very difficult. I already know that it is. It does work. I know that it does.
dear.
Because you
if
went to the
guys-
website and my phone
If
is
you
pushed
guys want a hint,
Okay.
you guys can ask for a hint. I can give you a hint.
Is there
now,
punishment
let
for the
me-
hint?
Let me ask.
There's-
You have the 6 degrees between Joaquin Phoenix and Peter Sellers. You have it,
I know it in my brain.
you have it.
There's
Okay.
multiple though. There's
So
got to be
there's-
multiple.
There's sort of a
But you've got one or
I've got one ready to go.
there's a bit of a generational gap here, and so I will say right off the bat that besides Doctor Strangelove and and
Pink Panther.
Pink Panther.
thank you, which I think I saw like one of the
Oh,
Pink
man.
Panther
Yeah,
original movies.
yeah.
I only know 2 movies that Joaquin Phoenix is in.
Oh my gosh! Really? Okay. Well, here I'll tell you what. Let's just get this thing
There's
started.
Gladiator
So,
and-
Before we begin
Yeah,
that,
okay.
oh, with more rules.
we got some more rules.
Oh, more fun.
You
More
guys
rules.
have 5 minutes to just figure that out. If you guys lose, I get to make you watch a movie by the time we do the next podcast.
punishment
a
movie.
punishment movie that I get to choose, and if you guys win, you get to choose a shitty movie for me.
torture movie for you.
torture movie for you.
Okay.
Now I have a question. Oh well, I guess what do we start spouting ideas, or do we have to confer for what? This is what we need the 5-minute time frame for, is to figure out what punishment movie you're going to get, and then jokes on us.
I think
you're not gonna have to
that'll
watch
be a
it.
decision after the fact. That you guys, yes.
I think this is Scotty stalling.
No. I have the one already. I was thinking of it. It's one of the only movies I've ever had to turn off before I finished the movie. It was a chick flick. It was a romance thing. It was something. It might have been even Can't Hardly Wait. I hope that's not what it is because I would rather describe it.
I have my movie.
It had
because
some
you
kind
gave
of
me
generic-
a giant inspiration, but I'm not going to say it until you guys
You just said you
lose.
weren't going to tell anybody.
I'm not going to tell anybody.
No, that I gave you that giant inspiration. It was a gift.
it was.
Go- What's your movie? Keep
My
going.
movie, sorry. It has some generic 90s white girl lead, like Sarah Michelle Gellar or
Jennifer Love.
Jennifer
Hewitt.
Love Hewitt. Yeah, one of those 3 names. I think.
Right.
And
Couldn't be Nev Campbell. She only has 2 names.
oh my god, it might have actually been Nev Campbell, Nev Lorraine Campbell, I'm guessing. And it was like she wanted. Oh, she was like a chef, or the guy was a chef or something. And then she gets a sign from some kind of crab, and the crab wasn't even like a puppet. It was like a plastic crab. They didn't even look like the other crabs that were on the shelf in the fish market she was at. And the crab falls down and starts walking to her crab, but it wasn't even like alive. It was like pulled by a string. You could see the string. It was like pre-70s sci-fi. This is a spaceship with a stick. It was ridiculous. And I was like, this is there's this thing where it's like verisimilitude, like the appearance of truth, and movies usually nail it, and this was laughable.
So this is the movie you want to be forced to watch if you get this wrong.
I kind of want him to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is my torture for him.
good,
He gets to choose our torture. I want to
because
choose.
this sounds fantastic.
Right?
No way.
I
mean, truth be told, I kind of want to watch it again, but I know I can't even make it through.
Anyway, we'll have to find out what it is first. You don't know the name?
So in case you're just now listening, put up the name. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I can Google it. Here, this is a side game called You Google It For Us.
Or if you know, just let us know.
For the 3 people that listen to this podcast right now.
Hey, my
could be
mom
300, you never know.
alone will watch. Okay, or listen.
So we're coming up for the film for you.
The torture film for you.
Yeah,
yes.
after the fact. Is that the movie that you guys want to choose for me?
We could almost make like a list of torture films, and we just pick one at that point. That would make this go faster, all for future references.
Absolutely. But I'm fine with that movie.
Whatever it is, whatever that nameless movie is with a magic crab pulled on a string that Scotty couldn't get 15 minutes into. Is your punishment movie. Now I'm afraid to ask, what is our punishment movie?
I'm not going to tell you until you guys lose.
Oh, so we should have kept it a secret.
Oh, you've got one picked out for all 3 of us.
I've got one picked one.
Oh, and it's the same one, so at least we can talk about it. Like, how far did you get? We had to watch the whole thing. I know, me too. Haha.
I'm on board with the J-Love crab movie, whatever.
J-Love's got crabs. Moving on.
Oh, I love this film already.
got
All right, so you guys have 5 minutes.
Okay. And you already told us. So I
You got
should've been
15
thinking.
seconds
Peter
until we start.
Sellers and
Peter Sellers
Joaquin
to
Phoenix.
Jakuku Fahuinas. And sorry, that's a inside joke. And start now.
Okay.
Anyone who has discussion, please.
So Walk the Line and Gladiator.
No,
are
no,
the
no,
only
no, I
two
think
things
it's
I
too
know
hard.
Signs.
Joaquin Phoenix from.
Mel Gibson is in Signs.
Oh, really?
that'll
We're
be
going that
helpful.
way? I'm trying to start this
I
race from
can't
the
start
back.
with Peter Sellers.
Well,
I'm
I
not gonna be able to
figured
do it.
Peter Sellers is so hard. I'm going to try and go, okay,
I
you
guess
guys keep
that's
going
true.
that way.
Start with the hard end.
Start with the hard end.
Start with the
So
hard
who else is in Doctor Strangelove?
Okay, Doctor
and Joaquin
Strangelove,
Phoenix?
in the very end, and even the tagline or whatever, was like this cowboy guy. He was in a bunch of cowboy movies, and he was like riding the bomb on the way down because they had to pull the lever immediately or manually.
Just a reminder, you need to know the name of the person. You can't just say the guy.
Well, I'm thinking about it in case you're just joining us. So he's in a lot of stuff. He had a weird name like Finger Licking. Slim Pickens. Oh my god, it was Slim Pickens. And I remember there's a documentary about he was like, I was surprised they called me because
Finger licking.
it makes about his okay. So Slim Pickens, I know for a fact, was in the cowboy Mel Brooks movie. Because he was like Camptown Races, Camptown Races, sing this song, Blazing Saddles, which had Gene Wilder in it. Gene Wilder has been in tons of stuff.
Gene Wilder,
so we've got to be able to
Richard
connect now.
Pryor,
Gene Wilder
Richard Pryor,
to Joaquin Phoenix, which can't be too hard.
Gene Wilder, Richard Pryor. Who else is he connected to? Or not even Gene Wilder. Who else is in Blazing Saddles? Mel Brooks is in it.
Mel Brooks was in it. We can do Mel Brooks.
Spaceballs, Robin Hood.
Do you guys want your hint?
We're
Are we
kind of
going
on a
the wrong
roll
way?
right
Is that
now.
what you're trying to tell us?
What?
Are we
No,
going
you
up-
guys can. You guys can go.
But
Give us our time. What's the clock? Are we
you
2 minutes
guys
in?
are 2.5 minutes in.
shit.
okay, yeah, we should get our
Alright.
hint then.
Yeah, okay, give us a hint, I guess.
So he was in his most recent movie was starring also with Helen Mirren.
Helen
Peter
Mirren,
Sellers?
who's an older actress who's hot at every age.
She is in everything nowadays.
She is in everything nowadays, but not with Mel Brooks.
Yeah, that does.
Or Mel
Might have
Gibson.
been helped us. Oh, and actually, you know what? As soon as we got over to Gene Wilder, he hasn't done movies in a long time, and he actually isn't that too thrilled with movies.
He did.
I will also
I know,
give
but
you
his last interviews were very interesting to watch.
one more hint as well.
Please.
Because you guys are kind of failing, and I want you guys to
thought
have
5
the
minutes was
best
forever, but it's not.
chance as possible. My talking doesn't count. James Earl Jones was also in Doctor Strangelove.
He was.
Oh my
He
word.
was.
Okay.
And Joaquin Phoenix was in Star Wars. No, never mind.
Although, okay.
These should be gold because James Earl Jones has been in so much stuff. Also, that we should be able to just connect to it. Okay, James Earl Jones was in. James Earl.
James Earl Jones was in
Joaquin
what?
Phoenix was in The Gladiator with
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe was in the pulp shoot L.A. Confidential with Guy Pearce. Guy Pearce was in. Oh my God! I'm not going to get this in 6 degrees. Guy Pearce was in Memento with the Carrie-Anne Moss. Carrie-Anne Moss was in was in.
I think
You're not thinking of Lawrence Fishburne as James Earl Jones.
No, I'm definitely not. Come on, give me a break. I'm not going to do
Very
that. No, I was just trying to think of famous people, but shoot, I'm not going to get there in time. Oh, has James Earl Jones? No, I mean, was Russell Crowe ever in a movie with? I forget. I was another white guy. I was thinking of.
Okay.
I was going to try and do like shadow recruits to go into doing movies with because James Earl Jones was the FBI director that had to step down, CIA director that had to step down in all of the Jack Ryan movies before they actually had the Jack Ryan shadow recruit.
I think they might have. I got it.
Okay, go for it.
All right, go Joe.
James Earl Director Strangelove, James Earl Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
James Earl Jones was also in The Lion King with Whoopi Goldberg.
Thank you.
Nice.
Who was in
word.
Karina.
Okay.
Or is that the name of the movie?
I think so. With
That's not the movie I'm thinking of, though.
oh no, Karina was that the one with? No, it wasn't.
Shoot, I thought I had.
Describe the movie. Maybe we can come up with it.
No, because it's not the movie.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
thinking
different
of.
movie. Well,
But-
still Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg. How many is that? 3
That's
degrees?
2.
That's 2. Whoopi Goldberg was also in Ghost. She was also in Sister Act. Nobody's in Sister Act except Maggie Smith.
Oh, also, what's her name?
Kathy Najimy.
Great role for her.
You guys have a minute and a half.
Lord.
I don't want to watch your torture movie. Whoopi Goldberg was in.
Okay, what else has Joaquin? Who else has Joaquin Phoenix worked with?
Okay. Joaquin Phoenix was
who
in.
played June Carter Cash? What's her name? Reese Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon.
Thank you.
Yes. Who's done movies with All Right. She's done movies with. Reese Witherspoon was in.
Pleasantville, right?
Oh, was she in Pleasantville?
Yes, with Jeff
Okay.
Daniels and with
Jeff Daniels is a good one.
the guy that played Spider-Man. What's his name?
Tobey Maguire.
Um,
If you're listening at home, you can just be laughing at us because we're doing really
They
bad.
are screaming at you right now.
Yeah, I
They're
bet they are, 'cause, like,
"You
It's
assholes."
hard enough to play this game. Frick. Okay, might as well.
Yeah,
What's our
alright.
punishment?
You guys have 10 more seconds.
Oh, okay. I don't know what the answer is. Here is my response.
All right.
Shoot.
All right.
Is my answer.
oh man.
All right.
Actually, you know what?
You guys are gonna
First
be-
of all, prove us wrong and actually do it for
All
us.
right. So Peter Sellers and Helen Mirren were in Fu Manchu together, which is his last film.
And have you seen it?
I have not seen the film. Guess what? It doesn't matter.
It does. I mean,
Helen
like-
Mirren and Aubrey Plaza were in Zootopia together.
Oh my God, that's right.
Oh Lord.
Shoot.
Aubrey
Animated
Plaza
films.
and Chris Pratt did Parks and Rec together.
Okay,
Chris
now
Pratt.
that
That's a
was
TV
show.
going to be my question. Are TV shows allowed?
Yes, TV shows are
Oh,
always
that.
allowed.
Okay, that
Yeah, I didn't know that, but
So-
that doesn't. Oh, because like we could have got Whoopi Goldberg right into Next Generation. Okay, continue.
Which wouldn't
Aubrey
make
Plaza.
Oh, sure, with Patrick Stewart's done tons of stuff.
So wait, so we did Aubrey Plaza to Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt and Joaquin Phoenix were both in the movie Her.
Okay.
They were.
Yes, Chris Pratt
I
played
haven't seen
the
Her.
douchey person at the counter.
He did.
That was
That was very early for Chris Pratt's
That was
movie
very
career.
very early.
That
I
was
didn't
good.
expect
that was
that
a
to
good.
happen.
That was a good round. I
That
liked
was.
it.
Yeah,
That
you went modern very quickly.
Yeah.
Which you have to do, man. Helen Mirren was really the key to that.
You can do Helen Mirren with the IFC show documentary now.
Yeah,
if
yes, you can do
and you
documentary
can
now.
There's a lot of people who are in that. I mean, Fred Armisen and
That's another one that I can't watch while I'm eating or something because I want to watch all that gold.
so
the
good.
the Grey Garden spoof was so spot on that I was like, I can't. I have to Clockwork Orange my eyes to watch the show. I want to watch every detail.
the Hero Dreams of Sushi parody was absolutely brilliant.
I don't even know if I've seen that because I've seen like maybe 5 episodes because I can't give the time it needs to watch those shows.
So this show, just to let you guys know, is a documentary parody show where they take actual documentaries.
What's it called?
Documentary Now.
Okay.
And it's Bill Hader and Fred Armisen doing documentaries, fake documentaries, and it's
Netflix
really
or-
it's Netflix and it's gold.
well IFC, but it goes on to
yeah,
I got
IFC.
you, okay.
IFC goes to
so
Netflix
anyways,
really quick.
talking about all right.
All right,
Your guys' movie this week is Failure to Launch.
Failure to launch.
I have-
Oh, that's the one where like he's standing and she's leaning on him.
She
or
is
something.
leaning right on him.
Wait,
Yeah,
what's
I've
what
actually
failure to
seen
launch?
that,
Is
but
is
I'll
there
watch
even
it
like
again.
a rocket storyline? Does it even
It's
have
terrible.
Does it even have like a double
No,
plot?
it's just about a 30-something-year-old man living with his parents.
Sounds good.
So,
So it's not even like a double purpose thing, like a man who's living with his parents and also trying to launch a rocket in his backyard.
and also trying to get
that's
a
October
girlfriend.
Sky.
Well, it could have also been The Astronaut Farmer, which was an interesting movie. Actually, I liked.
Failure to launch.
Failure
Do we
to
have
launch.
to watch this all together.
We might as well get plastered and watch it.
We got to find it. Is
Okay.
it on Netflix or?
I think it's on Netflix.
Can
I saw
do
the picture
laundry while I
recently.
watch it?
Okay.
Yes.
Well, speaking of something random, I do also have a question here from Kate I wanted to share with you guys.
Kate.
Thank you, Kate.
Thank you, Kate.
One of these is, what shows did you like at first but eventually gave up on? And
that's a good one.
why? I have
So
an answer. So I
is
can go
the
first or
answer
last.
and why is because it turned to shit? Is it just the answer usually what was
That could be.
I think she wants us to elaborate.
okay?
Okay. Well, for me, I guess. Well, I think that with any question that's open-ended like this, with a talk show like this, that it's fair to give your own caveat to answer the
Right.
question your own way if you like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have one.
yeah. Go ahead.
Go for
I've got
it.
one too.
It's
Take it away,
pretty
Joel.
new. For those who don't know, which is probably most of you, I am a huge fan of Archie comic books.
Oh, yes.
And I started watching, if you hadn't heard of Riverdale, which was the Archie comic book characters in a dramatic setting.
Ooh.
So there were like pregnant characters, gay characters,
okay.
characters that were homeless or getting
Sexy,
beaten.
sexy.
Put a modern twist on the Archie comic book
I was meaning
characters.
to ask about that.
And
I heard it's sexy Twin Peaks.
it was well, okay. Here, let me tell you what it was.
CW Twin Peaks.
I started to watch it with very low expectations. Okay?
Interesting.
And, well, I try to do that, but I had very low expectations. I'm looking at it and I'm going, "This is the corniest, cheesiest thing." 2 episodes in. By episode 3.5, 4, I'm going, what's going to happen next? And it like sucked me in.
Comic
and it
book
wasn't
style.
because it was Archie. It was just because it was getting good. And like, who killed so-and-so? And what's going on? Who's going to get caught? And blah, blah, blah.
Really, murder stuff? Okay.
Oh, yeah. It starts out with murder.
Oh.
And so, by the end, by like the second to last episode of the first season, I'm kind of going, okay. It didn't take long for me to lose interest. And I think part of it was the cheese and part of it was the bad acting. And part of it was just, okay, we get it. Like, you're milking the comic book. Like, you're milking these characters.
Right.
Oh.
And I did watch it to the end, but I was like, I won't be looking at season 2. I don't think.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think I did remember. I
season
heard
2
you. Okay.
yet
It's not
to come
out yet, but it's
okay.
coming out. yeah.
I think I remember hearing you talk about this because something like it was like the whole first series seemed to be about a murder, but then like they solved the murder before the end of the
They
season.
solved
or
the
something?
murder like 3 episodes before the end.
Oh,
So
that's a lot of
after they
falling
solved
action.
the murder, they figured out what they were going to do to this person. And
It wasn't calling the cops.
well, I mean, there's a lot more to it. You have to watch it.
Oh,
but,
okay.
But please don't.
Okay. You have to watch it. Please don't.
Mine, I think, piggybacks perfectly off of that because it's kind of opposite. Where I really don't mind cheesy.
I usually don't either.
If they embrace it, if they try and just
Exactly.
pretend it doesn't exist, and I'm like, do you know that you're not doing this?
And that was my problem with Arrow.
Oh, interesting. I haven't watched any of them.
So, yeah, I got on board with Arrow because it was the first of the CW superhero series. Because it's been going on.
It was
for,
before The
5
Flash?
seasons
I guess
now?
I've been-
Yeah, there's been 3 seasons of Flash and 5 of Arrow.
Interesting.
If I'm not mistaken. Anyways, they started off serious, and it was very Chris Nolan, Batman Begins type broody version,
But
of
not Gotham Chris Nolan.
not Gotham by Chris Nolan.
I have a whole topic to conversation about this, and I would only
Do
interrupt you.
3 episodes on that stupid
enough.
show.
No, forget the show. Just the whole
Oh.
dichotomy between the juxtaposition of how Marvel is ruling their universe right now, and how DC is like throwing spitwads 100 yards away from the target and just going all over the place.
I could talk about
Why
that.
their shows are not connected, I have no idea. It's like they looked at the working playbook of Marvel and they're like, we're going to do everything completely different. I mean, you look at the Avengers and
Let's
Right.
set that.
it's literally a whole other conversation.
we
right?
absolutely should set
yeah,
that
it's-
aside. put a pin in that.
There's a reason why I haven't watched Arrow, because I don't want to start a whole other
that's
four
the
different
thing.
cinematic
So
universes.
tell us what it is
I
that
completely
turned
agree.
you off.
Yeah.
When it comes to DC Comics in movies and TV, it's been just a crazy misfire.
I think
for
the
a
word is
long time.
crapshoot, like putting crap in a gun, shooting it, and being like, well, that's not going straight. Try it again. And then you just have a wall with shit all over the
Sure.
place.
But in my opinion,
And you need to move.
the CW does it the best justice, and that
I don't
is
think that can be
upon-
said about hardly any shows in the CW. That's
About it.
interesting.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing, is that they kind of emerged, and I didn't start watching CW until Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. But
That's true. That was on CW?
Yes.
yeah. Oh,
Well, it was originally supposed to be a Showtime show, and that's what they originally wrote it for.
the
and filmed.
anti-Flight of the Conchords.
They wrote it for Showtime?
Yeah, it was supposed to be the opposite of Flight of the Conchords. Was this show? It's their
There are a
musical-
couple of uncensored versions of the songs.
You need to
No.
what they've done
I
with
want-
the
I want
first
that.
the first season of the music that they released on Spotify. They also have commentary where they talk about how they were working with Showtime, filmed the pilot, everything like that. They were making like crazy anal and blowjob jokes constantly, but
Wonderful.
they had to refilm a lot of the stuff because of them not taking on the show and
That
CW
is
taking on the
fascinating.
show.
Which
I didn't know
total
that.
total digression, but
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I think that is has made the show better, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but
The fact
anyway,
that, the fact that there
yeah.
are limitations and things they have to censor, I think allows them to be more creative in the space that they're allotted. Anyhow,
That says something, yeah.
so CW, really, really corny. I mean, like, you watch The Flash. The Flash nails it.
The Flash nails the corny?
Nails the corny, but still owns it.
Ah.
And with Arrow, it's like they tried. They tried to embrace the corniness like a little too late. By introducing certain characters that are like, oh, I'm really silly and I make these jokes and they always flop, and it's like, okay, you're trying to be the Cisco of the show, but it's not really working.
What's that reference? The Cisco of the show?
Cisco is one of the side characters in Flash.
Oh, okay.
And
I thought you were
he's-
referring to the computer programming.
He's always
networking
referencing
Slash food delivery service.
Oh, the food, the salt and pepper shaker.
Talking
This
about
guy's
Crisco
hilarious.
In case you're wondering. Anyway,
So I think I see what you're saying. Like, it started off like a Chris Nolan Batman trilogy, dark, brooding thing, and then suddenly I hear he pulls out like an arrow with like a fist punch bag on it or something.
that's a throwback to the
boxing
original comic
glove.
books, because they wanted to make a non-violent version, and like, well, how does an archer be unviolent? And so they gave him a boxing glove arrow early on in the cheesy comic books. And so they did have a moment in the show where he was actually taking down some sort of corrupt boxer who, I can't remember what he was doing that was illegal, but
He was failing the city, I think.
yeah, I believe you have failed the city.
It's a reference to the
Yeah,
show. I'm
he
sorry.
says that.
Who-
says
who's
that
even
a
saying that?
bajillion
The
times.
archer
arrow,
or the arrow?
The green arrow is like,
Yeah. But he goes through so many different names too. He's
thought we
like,
went back to
he's
Daniel
the
Jones.
Hood, and then he's Arrow, and then he's like, no, Arrow is gone. I am the Green Arrow. It's like, you look like
okay,
exactly
we're
the same.
digressing.
So
Finish
anyways,
your yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It took itself way too seriously.
I'll tell you right
and
now, I'm not
Supergirl-
going to watch that.
It's,
Oh, yeah,
it's so terrible.
You've convinced him. He was on the edge.
I literally, I only continue to play it in the background, while I'm doing things not laundry based, just so I can understand the crossovers.
oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So one last thing about why the show is so terrible, or like people hating the show,
You watched
is
it.
it was so bad
Yeah.
that the subreddit of the Arrow on Reddit, once the season 3 ended, they changed their entire Reddit to Daredevil, telling people, "Hey, don't watch Arrow because it's a piece of shit. Watch Daredevil instead."
That's great.
So
And Daredevil was marvelous.
If I may use that as a segue, I know we're jumping past you, Charles, for TV shows that I first started to love and then started
that's
to hate.
okay because Michael stole mine anyways.
Oh,
stole your question.
Was that really yours?
Well, I was going to do that.
Guys, this is spur of the moment. We're just coming up with this on the spot. How are you talking about someone stole something of yours? If we didn't talk about it before, people are going to think that maybe we planned.
I mean,
this.
okay, so we got a little bit. We're rushing a little bit. I can talk about.
Are
mine
we
really
rushing a
bit.
little
ahead,
bit?
go
I didn't
ahead.
mean
I
for that
think
to happen.
it's a very valid one. Mine is American Horror Story.
Oh,
I'm so
any
done
particular
with that.
season?
What?
Any particular season?
I
I'll talk
start
to you
the
about
seasons.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I just can't. Hotel was great. I loved Hotel. I thought it was really great, but the Carnival, whatever, Freak Show, I could not finish it.
Okay.
I just couldn't get through it, and it was so frustrating that the characters were bad. The newest one, I couldn't finish it either. I like
Roanoke.
Roanoke.
How far did you get?
I got to almost to the end.
Oh, okay. So you got to the big plot twist in the middle.
Yeah, where
okay. Well,
it
I
was
not really a plot
I mean, I'm not
twist,
going to
but
watch.
yeah. I
mean,
thought that
I
was
kinda
really
want to.
cool. And then it was just like it just does the American Horror Story thing where it does this really cool thing, and then it just like becomes a giant mess of a turdy show by the end. They have 10 to 13 hours of television that they can tell these stories, and they just squander all of it to do Ryan Murphy weird, not creepy, goofy things, and it's just like, all right, I'm done. I'm done watching the show, and it frustrates me because like we started as like doing video stuff by making fake American Horror Story trailers.
Oh, and it's great. If you haven't seen it, you've got to see it. It's very good.
Shameless plug for things that we've done before.
Well, but if I may, I mean, like that's the kind of stuff where when you're like almost doing fake horror stuff, that the best part about that is that it's still accessible.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Like you can just change the title things and you make your own story with.
And like the biggest
the
problem that I
Wilhelm sisters
had
and stuff, and you can do it
with this season so far with the artwork and the trailers that they've done for this season is it's every single one so far has all been like different ideas, this and that. This new one, it's only one idea. They do these weird hive clown people with bee heads. Like beehives for their heads. That's it. That's all they've done for any of the videos, and I'm done with it.
I got to tell you, that makes me want to watch it more.
Interesting. See,
that
this
makes
is
me
the
want to watch
dichotomy
it more
American.
because I want to see what they're going to do.
Well,
because
okay.
he's not going to do that.
So
he's
if-
not going to have a simple subject like that. He can't.
Right.
There's no way he's.
But I mean, like, it's also
yeah.
like I
That's
don't
the
have a
teaser.
problem. Yeah, I don't have a problem with Ryan Murphy himself because he's still creating really fantastic
Right,
television. Like Feud.
Oh
Fucking
my
great.
God, that was great.
So good. American
great.
Crime Story was brilliant. That
The
was
O.J. Simpson.
the O.J. Simpson
yeah.
one?
Oh, yeah, that was great.
So good. That is such
I
great
didn't realize it was the
television.
same guy. That's cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he does that. He also does Scream Queens. He also does this and that. And
Wow,
he did
he skips
Glee.
around.
Glee was Ryan
He's
Murphy.
very
American Horror Story Glee. I didn't see that season.
Oh shit.
Okay, new idea.
Great
Horror Story
crossover.
Glee Club.
Guys,
I should have been the high tenor. Take him out.
is that going to be our TV movie pitch for the week?
Could be.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not too familiar with
I
it.
want to touch on what you're talking about though, because
Me too. You go first.
Roanoke. Maybe I'm weird, or maybe we just have different tastes in shit. Roanoke is my favorite season.
Okay.
I watched it twice.
Okay.
I did not finish Hotel, which is interesting because it's
Yeah.
flip-flopped. I didn't finish Hotel because I feel like it got too
Political?
You're going to think this is weird because I'm a young white male, but I felt it was too pornographic. If I wanted to watch porn, I'd watch porn.
Yeah,
That's true.
the weird
It was too sexy.
The weird,
it didn't
screw
help the
dildo
story.
monster was the
It didn't
weirdest
help the
shit.
story. It didn't. Although Kathy Bates' character in Hotel was one of my favorite ones.
Kathy Bates was in that show?
Kathy,
yeah, she's
Kathy
on all-
Bates is in
she's
it.
on several.
She's been on like the last 3 or 4 seasons. She's not going to be on this one.
I know. And Jessica Lange's gone now.
Oh, she is.
She's gone.
So it's even
That's-
less reason to watch.
Well, here's the thing,
but
though.
she's doing other Ryan Murphy shows. She
Yeah.
did Feud and so.
Oh, this is gold. I didn't know this.
But Freak Show was I wasn't as crazy about it as I wanted to. I wanted to like it so bad.
I know.
wanted
We
to like
talked
it so
about
bad.
this.
Yeah, we
because
did.
you love Freak Show
Love
stuff.
Freak Show stuff, and I wanted to like it. I was like, I can't wait for this to start, and I watched it, and I was like, it's pretty cool. It's okay.
it was just not
It's
getting-
kind of
yeah.
okay. And anyway, so
I feel, I don't know if I say I feel the same way, because basically I remember when American Horror Story first came out, I really wanted to like it, and I got like at least a season behind of everybody else, and I got started finally, and I was like, wow, even this first episode, this Jessica Lange character is just. Is it going to be like this all the time? And people are like, yeah. And I'm like, but they changed even in the new seasons and stuff. Like, oh yeah, it's always the same. But Jessica Lange's always going to play that kind of character. And I'm like, maybe it's because I was like kind of going through a divorce at the time or something. And I was like, I just don't want these overbearing female characters. This is not what I do I have this in real life. I don't need to watch this for my relaxation.
But she's so good.
I know, but it's one of those things where
maybe that's why you don't like it.
I know exactly. Like something about like there are certain things I know about myself. If there's a movie that I'm watching and there's some small semi-mini plot about a father and son reconciliation, I just get a couple tears going and just something that happens.
Okay.
No, I do that shit. It doesn't matter if it's a fucking commercial. If there's somebody who's like was in a shitty situation and now they're happy, 10 seconds and I'm already like in tears. I'm like, oh my God, now they have Prozac.
So I compare that then to myself, where if I'm watching these other things now where there's like an overbearing female character who ultimately by the end still doesn't really get the justice or the comeuppance that she kind of deserves, a la Breaking Bad, The Wife, or a la any of these other things. I'm like, come on. Like I don't know. It sounds silly, but it's like, there's another perfect example would be to compare it to, this is silly, but like in Harry Potter, like that family gets their what's it called when gets their karma, like before he even goes off to camp or before he even goes off to Hogwarts before he goes off to witch camp, get your wand but like pack your bags, you need a suit, sleeping bag. But I mean like that kind of stuff. I'm like, oh, I love when that kind of karma happens right away. Anyway, a show that I don't like that I wanted to like and didn't like, I'll just say it quick. It's going to be part of the Defenders. Iron Fist.
Iron Fist was so bad. Oh my God.
Luke Cage I loved, and Iron Fist I'm like, I'm not even, I think I'm going to start the Defenders without even finishing Iron Fist. That's how bad I hate it.
So do you know why it's so terrible? I will tell you in 2 seconds why.
Well, here's what I said out loud. Gee, I hope that rich white kid gets all his money back.
Okay.
Like that's the problem in the story. That's the problem I don't care about.
It is the problem.
Their target demographic is like the Trump sons. That's all who care about the show.
So the showrunner is the showrunner for Dexter in the last few seasons where it went to shit, and they gave this guy a job for this show.
The show? Oh, the guy?
The guy who showrunner...
The person responsible for the last few seasons of Dexter is the guy who got that? No wonder.
Yeah. He got fired for the second season of Iron Fist. So he's...
Iron Fist is getting a second season? Unnecessary. Unnecessary.
It's so bad.
Unnecessary.
I couldn't get through it.
But also, if I may,
didn't even start.
like there's this whole thing about like, oh, they didn't have to cast it with it's this new story time. You didn't have to. I was like, no, they should have just it did not justify the whitewash casting that it got. No,
I did not start it.
There we go. We're half and half.
Anyway,
so going back to the horror concept, we have a question from. Anonymous, but let's just call him CJ.
Sexist. How do you know it's anonymous?
CJ.
Sexist.
Are you insinuating that I added this question?
What? No.
No, it says right here. It's from Charles.
Yeah, this is from me.
So
I added this as a joke, and they're running with it, and I'm okay with it.
I don't even know what the
Thank you,
question
Charles,
is, so go ahead.
for the question. Hey guys, I find it difficult to go see horror movies in the theater, but I love the genre. Any ideas on how I can make it to the big screen without peeing my pants?
One word. Depends.
Going back to that, yes.
Which reminds me of a challenge we should all put on Depends and try and go to the bathroom in public, knowing that you won't make a mess. I don't even know if I can do it.
Oh my God.
I absolutely refuse to do that challenge.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to
probably
pull
that off.
I have no.
Who said about poop? You're just talking about peeing your pants.
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't.
I can't.
I believe Anonymous just claimed they do.
It has to be sitting down. I have to be sitting down.
Oh, you're a man. You can't pee standing up.
Hey, I'm a sit down peer.
Oh,
let's be.
I also am a sit down peer. The only thing that sucks about sitting down and peeing is that sometimes
the toilet
you
seats
dip
are really cold.
your wick.
No. Sometimes you have to toot. and it's louder that way.
Oh yeah, it echoes.
Oh yeah,
reverberation.
you've got that toilet microphone, that megaphone.
Anyway, so going back to the
So,
original
yeah,
question,
so,
how can we go to see? Okay, let me say something about this.
Absolutely, you have
because
a lot more to say
I
about this.
thoroughly enjoy horror films. They're my favorite genre to watch. As I said before, I really, it's hard for me to enjoy a horror film without watching it at night by myself in the dark, even with people I love. But going to a film in a theater with several other people, I can't do it. I won't enjoy it. I won't enjoy it. There's no way around it.
Air fist bump.
I can't get. It's not going to be scary because there's going to be other people around. There's going to be people getting up and going to the bathroom. There's going to be people crunching popcorn.
Going to take you out of it.
It takes me out of it. I have to be in it.
Sure.
I have to be in it. Even with the corniest horror film, that's how I have to do it. So there's no way around it for me. And also, if I have to go to the bathroom, I can pause it at home and go to the bathroom and then toot in the toilet seat. But
I submit a different way to approach it. I submit that watching a horror movie at home is a different experience than going to a horror movie at the movie theater. And I submit as such to change your mindset. I think that going to a horror movie at a movie theater with a crowd opening weekend is an event. It's like a ride.
I did that with Get Out, by the way.
Oh.
I don't see horror. I mean, obviously, we've read this question. I don't see horror in the theater very often. Get Out was fantastic. Cabin in the Woods was an event.
Cabin in the Woods.
Oh my God, I would have killed to see Cabin in the Woods in the movie theater. I was not that smart. I was not jumping on that fast.
It was phenomenal in the theater. But like those movies are like the movies that I can watch horror-wise because they're incredible movies, first off, but they're also not that scary.
Well, yeah.
There's not
that
jump
helps
scares.
me.
Jump scares are the worst.
That's what I'm
Suspense
talking
and horror,
about too.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about too. Jump scares and stuff that's going to actually freak me out and make me afraid to walk across the room in the dark. The stuff that's actually going to scare me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. But you never know
And
what it's going to be. Like I've been watching horror films on Netflix every night this month.
Oh yeah.
And I can't. I don't know if it's going to be scary or if it's going to be kind of freaky. You just don't know.
And I just take it way too seriously. The whole genre, I mostly have to avoid horror just because of what we were talking about earlier. I get so involved in whatever story I'm watching. I'm intently watching it the entire time.
Yeah, you become like one with the movie. You're in the movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so everything becomes real to me. And so example, I watched The Ring years ago and so many people found that hilarious, but it freaked me
it is
out.
scary.
Yeah,
Who are
too.
these people? Well, that is something. When you're in a group, a lot of people they cope with things differently. And when you watch a scary movie with a group of people, here's a great example. I went to go watch the remake of Halloween, which is a really great remake actually. And we saw it as a group. And at one point they play Don't Fear the Reaper. So of course we're like pretending to play the cowbell because it's that SNL skit with brilliant SNL skit. And it's funny.
Can you explain what happens in this SNL skit? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Sure.
About
Jimmy Fallon laughs at everybody, and then the
triangle?
show
Jimmy
ended.
Fallon ruined everything. But yeah, no, so it's one of those things where it was a funny moment, and we're all like, oh, ha, 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 because we know that that's going to get super scary, honestly. And people cope with it different ways. And I will say also that as far as jump scares go, sometimes there's, different people react differently. My jump scares are like, oh God. And my dad will jump through the roof and his feet are dangling down from the ceiling.
And that would be me.
Yeah. And sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, it's not that scary. And then sometimes they do the double jump scares just so you're looking at your friend who jumped and then you get scared also because now you let your guard down and there's another one. Yeah. That's a whole experience. And sometimes you can't get at home when you're watching it by yourself.
Absolutely. And I watched The Ring with a large group of people and I still like 2 months it took me just to be able to sleep at night. And then one night I found out that apparently you can actually set timers on TVs as like alarm clocks. And so I'm sitting in my parents' study at midnight and suddenly the TV just turned itself on.
That's a perfect use of that, just to scare the crap out of somebody. I have a new game called Movie Madlib titles and how we make them.
Okay.
Keep adding to the title.
Movie Madlib titles and how we make them.
Starring by your friends at something
by
random.
your friends at something random.
In the morning
and
show drive time.
Beep, beep, honk, honk, get out of the way. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys
Please.
I'm going to give you themes of describing words. We're going to make a title of a movie right now, tonight, on the spot. And then I'm going to give you a genre for it to be in. And then we're going to discuss the plot of that movie. And I guess probably cast it.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm down.
Okay, so first,
Oh my God. Okay.
first I like this. So I'm going to say, I guess I'll just be the and.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, you be whatever you want.
is your
You're
thing,
running
Okay.
this.
man.
Okay, so we're gonna do. Wait, I guess it would have to be. We're gonna start with Michael because I like circles. I like tweedles. We're gonna go.
We're
You're
sitting
gonna pick a word.
at a square table.
You're gonna pick a word that is romantic. Joel's gonna pick a word that is nautical. I'm gonna be the and the, and Charles is gonna pick a noun.
Nautical?
Just a noun.
Why do you give me a hard word?
Okay.
Does nautical make you hard? Okay, so
It does.
and then after this we're gonna do the genre, and I also have a
Give
a
me
game
an
to do
example of nautical. I don't know what you mean.
that. It's like ships and shit, you know.
Give me an example.
Maritime.
do you want
maritime.
a noun or do you want to?
Oh, I guess. Yeah, probably nautical noun.
Yours is romantic.
Okay. Like since we're doing Mad Libs, yours is romantic describing word because it's like the something,
So romantic adjective.
something, and the something. I suppose it could be. There could be a
I
comma in
understand. I
there.
get it now.
I suppose you could
I
do
didn't know
two
what you
nouns
meant.
like the something, comma, something, and the something. So it could
I
be
get it,
three, like Ed,
Well,
and
why
Eddie.
don't you tell us what you want? Do you want adjective, noun?
I guess we can do it either way. So you can be an adjective or a noun, Michael. You should probably be just a noun because you're about to go.
and I'll be a noun.
And you're just and a noun. Let's just do that.
Nautical noun. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Nautical nouns. That was my high school band name.
That's a good one. Nautical nouns.
Michael, romantic word. Go.
Oh gosh. Embrace.
Embracing.
Embracing. We'll say
Saying,
yeah.
Don't worry about his word. Say your own nautical word.
I know, but it has to connect somehow.
No.
I'll
Just
connect
go.
it.
Just go.
It's already going to connect. Is it?
Sailor.
Embracing sailor and the.
Children.
Stop it.
Wait, what was your word again?
Children.
No, but what
Don't
was your
do it.
thing?
No.
Just a noun.
Oh, any noun.
Embracing sailor and the children.
I got it. I love it. I
If
already
it's
got it.
Let's do it.
not a book from the 1930s, we're going to go to jail. Okay, fine. Now.
It is based on a book.
Now, the four of you guys, the four of us, the three of you guys, pick a. Okay, here's what it is. You have your options are 0, 1, and 2. On the count of 3, hold up a number. 1, 2, 3. We have 1, 1,
we all
1.
held up one.
With 3. So now I have these options: crime noir, romantic, or action. Because action's the third one. It is now. What was your word? Embracing Sailor and the Children, the
Sailor.
action movie.
Oh shit. Okay. So I love how this can be kind of like a buddy cop movie, but it's instead of like,
Oh my gosh, what if the Children is just the name of his sidekick?
oh shit. No. It's
Or
two-
his dog.
Or some kind of clan.
Oh.
That he's like
the
in
children.
Oh my gosh.
So like it's like
the
the
embracing
foot?
sailor,
Like the
yes, the
Foot
foot.
Clan, yeah.
By the way, I do not want to change the subject too much, but I heard a mind-blowing fact the other day
Okay.
that Kevin Eastman and Peter Lord were massive fans, massive fans of. They were massive fans of Daredevil.
Yeah, I know.
And they made the entire Ninja Turtle
you were gonna
series
say no.
homage to that. Instead of the hand, it was the foot.
yeah.
Instead of Stick, his name is Splinter.
Yeah.
This blew my mind.
Yeah.
I was obviously I didn't know this as a child because the only comic books I ever read were like I got like a Batman comic book at the grocery store one time getting gas while we're on a road trip, and I was like, I want to read more. It turns out they're all connected, and you can't learn anything unless you read all million of them. So I just got too
Can
expensive.
I take a twist on that same topic?
Yes, let's do-
not the same topic, but the same thing like that. The Beatles named themselves similarly to the Crickets, as in Buddy Holly and the Crickets.
Really?
Not know that.
Yeah.
We're the Beatles with an A.
I know not a lot of people know that.
Well, they've even done a million interviews about it. I didn't remember them here. I was just like, God came down and said, "You are the Beatles with
They
an
liked
A."
the Crickets, so they went with the Beatles.
That's
No,
cool.
that's
And,
incredible.
and it was
That's
even
So it's
funny
just a
too because the
spin-off.
BEA. Wait, how did the
anyway.
Crickets spell the Crickets?
Well, they spelled it the same way. They spelled it like crickets.
Beatles. That's crazy.
Going back to the movie. Anyway, fun fact.
All right,
Random
embracing
fun fact.
Sailor
random.
and the children. All right.
Embracing Sailor and the Children.
So are we? So do we want
In
to
a
talk?
world.
Do we want to talk about the sailor, or do we want to talk about the children?
Well,
first?
first, like any
wanna
good
talk
movie
about
plot,
this.
you need to somehow justify the title. Now, it could be like Flowers for Algernon, like it's just a line that they say in the middle, and somehow you're like, oh, that's interesting. Or it could be right in your face, like, hi, I'm the Embracing Sailor. This is my gang of children. Give us your money, say.
So I think first off we need to talk about it's versus pretty much. I think and the children and the Embracing Sailor are opposite polar sides. They're the villain. The children are the villains.
Are we saying that it is the Embracing Sailor or
Yes.
Or the town
could it-
finally embraces
Exactly.
Sailor.
That's what I'm
Who is
saying.
normally the outcast.
I was
and it's
also
the only
thinking,
last hope.
I was
against
also
the
thinking
children.
like the Embracing Sailor. He can be like a really good hugger and just like crack bones, and that's how he
What,
fights
like
people.
kick puncher?
That was exactly
Kick
what I was
puncher.
thinking.
Or
his punches have the power of kick.
he
Or-
wins people over with love.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And friendship.
Or
And not action packed.
All right.
It's an action movie.
So
know.
he's being embraced by this community. What is this community?
New England.
New England.
I was about to say that.
New England. Well, I'm thinking Marines. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking or Marines.
Maritime.
So it's,
Sure,
it's
That was a good clam bake.
Boston something.
But okay, so like you talked about the marina, but I also think the Marines. So this sailor was in the
The
Marines.
sailor's actually just a Marine, and they don't know the
Actually,
difference.
it's
They call him the
a
sailor.
It's a modern story where the entire Marine Corps has been wiped out by the children.
maybe he was okay.
That talk about post-apocalyptic, an entire branch of it.
No. I just think that like this villainous group called the Children. They're not necessarily children.
Oh, maybe
They're
it's like
called-
one of those funny things, like calling a
They're
big guy
definitely
tiny.
not children.
No,
They're definitely not
because
children.
you can't really kill children in
Well,
movies.
you don't
They're
kill them.
late-
You just give them a spanking. It could have been like any of those.
No. They're late
Oh, no,
teenagers
we
to mid
also can't do corporal
20-year-old
punishment in movies.
Oh,
group
a la.
of gang members. They're a gang.
Yeah.
Why is it?
Like
why are they in power? Is it because like the old people get sick or something? Like
No. They're very like
They're just rebels.
they're
They're just
rebels,
rebels.
with a cause, and that cause is to defeat the Marines.
And you know what? I
How do
could
they
see
win?
It, I
How
do
could
they
see
win?
it as post-apocalyptic as well, where we've gotten a Last Babylon type situation where this tiny town in New England is the only little pocket that's protected from the nuclear wasteland.
Oh, that's
around.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you know what? Yeah, something about New England because they're protected by like two mountain ranges. They got the Appalachia, they got the Rockies, and it turns out that they really hit the West Coast hard, and everything else is out as fallout and stuff.
I feel I take that a little bit more
because communications out. The Marines maybe were like they had a base there or something.
Yes.
Sure.
And
So
they all got
I really
taken
like
out.
this idea. I don't think like when we think of Marines, I don't think it's like the US Marines.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Marines of this new world, this post-apocalyptic world. That they're
Well,
living in.
I'm feeling like it's fresh, like a postal. What's the guy's name? Kevin Costner movie, The Postman.
The Postman. I was thinking like very Mad Maxy. Like,
Like far out.
like, but not like that crazy,
Mm-hmm.
but like an in between,
okay.
So like the children are this group of like kids, like the kid hooligans in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first one, where they're like.
Oh, starring. What's his name was in that? He was like
Mel Brooks.
cigarettes. What kind of what? You got any
James Earl
cigarettes? No. It was which one? Oh, Sam Rockwell was in that movie.
No shit.
And he says, and they go down there, and he's like, so we got everything. You got any?
Regular or
You have any?
menthol?
You have any cigarettes? Regular or menthol? That's Sam Rockwell.
Oh my god. Okay, so
God.
hey,
I told
guys,
you to point the other way.
Go to the microphone.
to bring it all back, Sam Rockwell is the sailor.
I want to see this movie. It's
Oh,
excellent. Drive
throw
time.
Angela Lansbury in there just because it's
Angela
in New
Lansbury is the
because-
mayor of the small town. in the
because
mid-
when we're talking
definitely.
New England, all I can think of is Murder She Wrote, like
Oh,
with some kind
shit.
of crime going on.
Yes.
And
So
so,
can we
we
throw
can have
Angela
a
Lansbury
have
in
a
there?
Birdman type
Just for
thing
me?
where she's actually playing
and the
herself
town
and
is
she's
mostly
trying to
old
relive
people.
her
They
murder
And
can't
she wrote.
she's the
control
mother of
the lead guy.
Of the guy.
And if we're in this mid Atlantic area,
Wait.
we also need like an old guy like boat. Oh, sorry, you go first.
and
No.
she sings
Okay,
Beauty and
no.
the Beast.
Stop it.
Shut up.
But she does like tea.
Angela Lansbury, we come to find out she's actually the mother of the children.
Oh my word!
Well, she's the mother of the leader. We already said
The
that's
mother
our
of the
twist.
children.
So that's the children.
Oh, she founded the group or something.
Yes.
Ooh.
She founded the group.
And
No,
that's,
okay.
and that's how
Oh, I
and
like
that's
that.
how the sailor
She's the mother of-
survived
she's
the
the mother of the
apocalypse
sailor
that killed all
and-
the other Marines because she was protecting him by having him somewhere else.
Oh shit!
When
guys.
this hit.
That's
think we have a hit.
That's
Love
the
this
that's the
movie.
spoiler at the end.
Who should we
You know
call?
what? This is how you do
Because this
spoilers.
is a hit.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea. Who directs this story now?
Okay, so it has to,
Quentin Tarantino?
no.
If it were Quentin Tarantino, there'd be a lot of torture, like the cutting the ear off and stuff. First off, to show
I
how
think
how cruel these kids really are.
I love the idea of keeping it in the Mad Max family.
Although, what if we go cheaper Quentin Tarantino? We get Eli Roth to do it.
I think Edgar Wright would do an amazing job with
Ooh,
this.
and you recently saw Baby Driver, which I hadn't seen yet.
Oh, I need to.
Now, let me ask you this without spoiling anything: is it a good departure from some of the other Edgar Wright stuff that he's done, or were there still like little moments in there, little snippets?
Of
So it's a serious action film, right? It's not.
I mean,
even
like,
a
are there any
comedy?
cornets in it? Are there any?
no, it's a complete departure from his other films. I mean, he does pay homage in some moments of it.
Well, truth be
but
told,
it's-
actually, even Ant-Man was. Oh, never mind.
I don't want to
sore
talk about that.
subject,
It's
sore subject.
it's a sore subject for me. But yeah, it was so good.
I can tell you the exact scene why he walked away. I'm just as a good guess.
So he has been planning on making this movie for over 20 years.
Ant-Man or the
Baby Driver.
Really, Baby Driver?
He has been planning
He was
this movie
planning Ant-Man
for forever,
half
like
of his
since he
life.
was in like college and stuff.
To Charles, 20 years is forever. You're so young. I've been alive for forever.
But okay, so are we agreeing that Edgar Wright is the correct choice?
I guess
for-
I guess we can go with that.
Absolutely.
Okay,
I'm
but
okay with
okay,
that.
so now
guess.
I'm okay with anything
we
Edgar
already
Wright
started
does,
to cast it. So we have
We need- okay, so
Sam
Ang-
Rockwell is the sailor.
He's the sailor.
Angela Lansbury is the mayor.
The mother.
No, dude, I thought that was a twist.
yeah,
so you
yeah,
just
yeah,
call
yeah.
the role the mayor, and the lead
Villain.
kid, the lead
kid.
leader of the children is.
Keanu?
No,
Wait, no. They've got,
He has to
they've
be
got like a
kids.
young up and comer. What about the kid who is who played the Beast in the new revamped Days of Future Past and stuff like that? He was also in Warm Bodies. He was the lead zombie in that movie. He's the same kid who played the young Beast in the X-Men Days of Future Past and stuff. Or what about the guy in Baby Driver? If Edgar Wright's doing it,
It was Ansel Elgort. Is that?
I
his
don't
name?
know. You saw the movie.
I think that's his name. Who else is like?
or you know what? Who's a good up and coming young actor who would love a chance to play a bad guy? That's how you get the money. Pull a
John
Gordon-Levitt.
Boyega, who plays Finn in Star Wars, would be awesome as a villain.
Ooh, that would be good. But isn't he? I wouldn't
He
buy
looks
him
still
as
like
a young
he
20s.
looks kind of like young. I think he still looks.
I don't know.
young.
I think he's built enough to be like you're at least mid 20s.
Right.
Well, that would be enough.
But the leader would be a little bit older.
Yeah, I like that. Let's do it.
All right, world building thing. They kill off people who are older than a specific age in the children.
If I may,
Okay.
that sounds very similar to an
That's like
episode of the
Children of the
original
Corn.
Star Trek.
What?
That's like Children of the Corn.
Because as soon as we said children, this is what I was starting to think of. Because there was an episode of the original Star Trek series TOS.
Maybe they were inspired by children.
where like there was some kind of illness that you got when you got old enough, and there's some kind of degrading thing where once you reach a certain age, you got this mental craziness and you went crazy and died, and so the world was like ruled by kids, and that little girl had to hide the whole time.
Sounds like an episode of Stargate too.
All right, so just a recap of that
be a
movie.
hit.
This is the Embracing Sailor and the Children.
No,
Embracing
embracing Sailor
Sailor
and the
and
children.
Embracing Sailor and
When
the
you take
Children.
"the" out of the front of it, it sounds more artistic.
Directed by Edgar Wright, starring Sam Rockwell, Angela Lansbury, and John Boyega.
And or should we put John Boyega first? He's probably
John
more famous.
Boyega
John
Boyega,
Sam Rockwell,
with
And Angela
and
Lansbury
Lansbury
as
as
Yeah.
the mayor.
Yes.
Oh.
There you go.
And Angela Lansbury as the mayor.
guys,
Don Knotts.
this is a fantastic movie.
Yeah. I'd wait till it came out on Netflix.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch this tonight.
Yeah.
I wouldn't spend $13 on it, but I'm picky.
All right. That is much longer than we should have gone for this podcast, but that's okay.
Oh, was it? Oh, we'll just cut everything Joel ever said.
Yeah, exactly. Joel is no longer in the podcast. If you hear the word Joel, I mean, that's what we did with Carl too. Carl's been sitting here this entire time, and
Carl,
we
why
cut
don't you
him
say
out.
anything? Carl, try and mumble some more. We tied him up in the corner. I said don't. I said no eye contact.
Carl waved to our audience.
His hands are
Thank
tied.
Carl.
Thank you.
But yeah, thank you so much for everybody who's listening to this silly show. Thank you to everybody who submitted questions for us. Thank you for people who are going to submit questions for us later. If you need to submit questions to us, you can do that on Facebook.
In fact,
on
please
Something
do.
Random Media. You can send it to us personally. Michael's phone number is
1-800-PIMP-A-LOT.
100. I love that phone number. It fits you so well.
It does.
To this episode's code word is orange. If you listen this far and you were to try and tell us you listened this far, you'll tell us orange. If you did not listen this far and you don't tell us orange,
not gonna
we'll
use
know
orange.
you lied. But you're being polite, and we appreciate that anyway.
This is our show, guys. Thank you so much for listening, and have yourselves a wonderful day.